Hi everyone, this is Sperry, and hope you are having a great day. I'm going to be bringing you another video today, and this video will be a little bit different than what you've seen previously on my channel, because I think it's something that really anyone could watch, but might not want to watch. And that is, it's going to be basically a brief rundown of my history on YouTube over the last 10 years, if you believe it. I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years in various different forms. And what I'm really planning on doing is just going through the different channels I've had, the different experiences, what I've learned along the way, the good things that have come out of it, the good friendships, the mistakes I've made, and really how all that relates to what I'm going to be trying to do right now. So, I figure, for some of you who maybe know about my channel in the past, maybe some of this information will be old, but you probably don't know all of it. I don't think anyone besides me actually knows all this information in its full detail. If this is the first time you've seen my video, first time you've seen my channel is right now, then a lot of this stuff is going to be brand new to you. And yeah, if you don't find it interesting, I completely respect that and understand that. So I think this video is probably going to be kind of lengthy, so if you want to skip around or you're just not interested in watching it, I completely understand. But without further ado, let me get into my YouTube history and my experiences. So, way back when, I don't know exactly how old I was. I think I was like 6, 7, or 8. Not actually exactly sure. Very long time ago. I was a little kid. And I played a game called Toontown. It was very enjoyable. I had two tunes. One of them was a lureless bunny named King Fireball Crumble Clunk. And one of them was a mouse named Jabbersocks with something like 50 laugh points. And I enjoyed just making the randomest dumb videos. Like, that was my thing. I used a camera on a tripod because there wasn't really screen capture software back then that would have worked on my computer. I think I had like dial-up internet and just a terrible computer spec. I had like a box monitor. Like, it's honestly impressive it even ran Toontown, and I think it even barely did. But really, um, that was my first channel, and I made videos like what was it? I made a video of me just laughing a lot. Like, I think it was basically me just like saying LOL as I ran into the VP. It was really, really fucking dumb, honestly. But I mean, that was my first video. It got like 20,000 views because nobody made Toontown videos or videos in general back then, and I used pretty catchy tags for being a little kid, I suppose. And really, I just made a bunch of stupid videos, but usually got more dislikes than likes. I did things like I would record a VP where I was doing the glitch and I was training my gags, and it was just a disaster. Like, I mean, I was a little kid. I didn't know what I was doing, but it was kind of funny at the time. So that was my super early experience on YouTube. None of those videos were really any good. None of them had any real content, and I got a few subscribers, but most of the people just watched the videos. I didn't actually get a lot of serious fans because the videos sucked. And I guess you could call that the first era. I think that era lasted maybe about a year on YouTube, so my very first year on YouTube was just me making shit posts, basically, before shit posts were even a thing. And so the next era of videos happened when I trained up Jabbersocks a little bit. I think he got up to like 71 lap points or something like that. He got some max gags. I think he had max lure and throw and like the storm cloud and squirt. I was a little bit better, right? And I remember I always really liked soloing things. So the first thing I did is I uploaded a solo 4-story cog building, which I thought was pretty cool and impressive at the time. It really wasn't. I mean, but there weren't a lot of solo videos on YouTube at all back then. We're talking like 9 years ago. So that one got a decent amount of views. But then the one that really catapulted my channel hugely was I made a video called 5-story cog building sold by a 71 laugher, and that one got something like 300,000 views on YouTube in its prime, and it was just like the go-to solo video. I had Eye of the Tiger by Survivor playing on loop in it. I mean, it was a really low quality video, but it was really like the first time somebody actually uploaded a solo 5-story cog building onto YouTube, and it had music, which was also kind of unusual. I mean, production standards were just so low back then, but that was pretty fun. And that one really got my channel big because people were watching the video and really liking it. They weren't just, watching the video and thinking it was shit and turning it off. So that was really cool. And that got me a ton of views and subscribers. It really got my channel off started up. And that was like, I guess, the end of, the handheld camera era. I made a few more kind of like shitty videos mixed in. I tended to use like dad rock because that's, like I mostly listened to music my dad gave me at that age, and like just some mediocre gameplay, and almost all the videos were on my Toon Jabber socks back then because that's when I was playing on, and got a little famous through that. It was pretty fun. At this point, I didn't really have any trolls. I didn't really have any haters. It was really just a very friendly community of young kids playing the game, and it was really enjoyable and fun. And I really had a great time going on YouTube and checking my comments. I'm almost kind of regretful I didn't upload way more back then because I could have just, really blown up even more than I did if I had really pushed myself harder because of how much people really liked my content back then and how little competition I had. So like, if anybody wonders how I got successful back then, it was mainly because I didn't have any competition. It wasn't because my videos were especially good. And so yeah, I guess that's the end of kind of the second era of my YouTube channel. And all right, so I'll just move on and talk about the next part. So this is a recurring pattern you'll see like throughout what I'm talking about here, but I would take big breaks all the time. I would take breaks from the game and breaks from YouTube. I stopped uploading for a couple years pretty much, like I just did, and then I figured out about this cool program called Fraps that could record your gameplay. I met a few people on YouTube, such as my friend Master Milton or Chris. He actually called me the god of Toontown, which is hilarious because we were just little kids at the time, and he'd seen my videos and he really liked them. So we met up and we played a lot in the game. We had fun. We made dumb videos together. He made some stuff like Toontown Adventure. It was just a very organic opening start to the. At the time, like when we were friends, he basically had no views on his channel, but we did a lot of collab stuff, and we both managed to get pretty big working together and using Fraps and Hypercam, and it was a really great time. This was kind of the next era, very early. Also, very few trolls then. It was extremely young. We were all young. Our fans were all young because the game was young. Nobody old was really playing Toontown back then, besides a few people, and they were way out of our skill brackets. We never really ran into them. But so that was, I guess, kind of the era where I actually moved to like an actual recorder instead of my shitty webcam. Not my webcam, like a tripod with like the kind of camera you'd expect to take on like a road trip, because that's the stuff I used to use record. So frame rate still sucked. The videos weren't very good. My computer still could barely handle the video recording material, but it was getting there, getting a bit better. And I think I made some videos in like this era for a bit, and then I finally just kind of I think I finally just kind of ran away. Like I didn't make videos for a while, and then Chris or Master Milton kind of still made videos, and he kept staying big, but I just kind of again abandoned my channel. I could have made videos, I just didn't, and I think I even quit the game for like whiles, and everybody got really sad because I just ran away and I never went on Jabber Socks again. Like after that, this was pretty much the end of that too. Like 106 life, I just abandoned it. Not even entirely sure why, but I did. And so there was like a little break in there, but I did eventually come back, but I made new tunes. That was pretty much another new era happened once I made new tunes, and that was after this point. The tune that I primarily focused on was a tune called Boring Blue Dog, which some of you probably know about. And I made some new friends on here. Another really good friend I met around this era when I was on Boring Blue Dog was a guy named Cole, or Cheese Hunter, as how he's best known. And that's because both Cole and myself basically wanted to make new tunes. We didn't want to play on our old tunes, our higher tunes. We were getting kind of bored with them. So we made brand new ones, and we leveled together, we trained our drop together, we trained our moves together, and it was pretty fun. Actually, I think I might have even trained my drop on a different tune with him originally, but basically I met him around this point in time. And so this is like the area where I got really into Ubers. I made Boring Blue Dog into an Uber. I maxed him in his suit. I made some like random gameplay videos of like me just kind of doing stuff on an Uber, which I thought was pretty cool. Like I think it's like a solo factory or like a 4-man VP. Or I would just do stuff like I don't know. Everybody on my side dies and I make it out alive and I call it a night near VP, upload stuff like that. Again, the videos were still not good quality, but they were getting better. And so that was really the next era. I didn't make videos for a while, but I was still playing the game. But then what I did afterwards was I ended up I finally got strong. Like I maxed Cellbot I don't think I was maxed in cash bot, but I had like a decent suit in like cash bot and boss bot. I had a bit of rewards, and I was bored, and I'd seen a bunch of guides. I always really loved soloing, even when I was a kid. Like that was not started anywhere else, other than me just loving doing it as a kid. But I've noticed that there were some guides on the solo VP online, but there weren't really any solo VPs on the actual YouTube at the time, or there were very few of them. There was like one by Dr. Mac with no sound at like a shitty frame rate where he just spammed rewards and didn't do a very good job. But you know, it was a different era. The standards were a lot different back then. But so anyways, I finally decided to do a solo VP of my own and upload it. And of course that one blew up like crazy because solos were actually cool and original back then. They weren't something that every single person in the game did. And so that one really catapulted my channel again. And that was kind of my comeback, was my solo VP. And then I just made like random videos every now and then. I didn't make a lot of videos. I kind of just made, most of the videos I made were like solos. I didn't like, making vlogs and stuff back then because I had a really squeaky voice and I was young. But I uploaded a solo VP and then a solo CFO a bit later. They were both sped up with music, and the solo VP was a disaster. I played it terribly, but the solo CFO went really well. Both of them got a lot of views and brought a lot of subscribers in. And really, like, once I kind of became known as the soloist, that was like one of the, I guess, made the highest quality solo videos at the time, which weren't very high quality, of course, but better than the competition. That was kind of what I became known for. Most of my subscribers subscribed because I was a soloist and they liked my content for that. And that was pretty fun. There's not really much life lessons to be learned here. That's the reason I'm not getting into that yet. There's just, I was a kid. There was no drama. I didn't get involved in YouTube drama. There was just nothing to really be learned in that sense. So, and this was still like 6 or 7 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I think it was 2010, so 6 years ago at this point. And it was a good time. But I just uploaded solo videos. That was it. And then after maxing my selling cash suits on Boring Blue Dog, I got boss bot up to like big cheese like 20. It was like, I was grinding the game pretty hard at this point. This was still like 2010, maybe 2011 at most. But then I just decided, you know what? I have a ton of rewards. I've been shopping. I have a pretty high suit and boss. I'm going to solo the CEO. And that was something that there was only like one solo CEO video on YouTube, the entire YouTube at that time. Like that was it. Nobody actually watched the solo CEO because, yeah, because it was just really competitive. But I knew I could do it. I knew I wanted to do it. And believe me when I say that I made one hell of a solo CEO video. It was really high quality, 1080p, sped up to music. It was extremely watchable. It was very fun. I had a clean run. It was much cleaner than the other runs on YouTube. Like, that was undoubtedly my highest quality video I'd ever made. And I'm not even trying to say that to show off. It was just, I put a lot of effort into that video, editing it. It took, I think, 2 days to render. Like, it was seriously impressive for its time. And that one really blew up. I probably got at least 100,000 views on that solo CEO, and almost everyone who was in the solo committee knew about me after that one. And they were, I guess, somewhat impressed. But it was a solo CEO. It wasn't actually that impressive. It was just like the first one on YouTube, and that's why people got kind of excited about it. The first one, I guess, with high quality, with good music and good transitions, well edited, and it was just, that one really like blew up. And I could have just made up whatever I wanted at this point and had tons of views, but I didn't do that. I was a little kid and I was dumb. And so you know what I did? I quit the game again and I stopped making videos for years, and everybody wondered what the hell happened to me. And so I think that phase lasted probably a year and a half. And so from 2011 we fast forward to, we go 2010, we fast forward to like late 2011, early 2012. Alright, sorry. Actually, I remember. It was the summer of 2011 was when I came back into the game. And guess what? Actually, I must have started Batoon earlier on in 2011, maybe even 2010. But basically, I got bored of playing on Boring Blue Dog. So you know what I did? I made another Uber. You know what I called this one? Because I'm an original kid, I called it Entertaining Blue Dog. And it was on a different account, and I could play Boring and Entertaining together. It was pretty fun. People liked to see the names. It was pretty silly. It was a good time. But anyways, Entertaining Blue Dog was a 3-track Uber in Solbot. Boring was a 4-track in his prime day before he became a big tune. But I basically maxed the VP on Entertaining Blue Dog. I made no videos at this time. Like, I literally just did not upload. I didn't even upload my maxing. I was just out. with the game. And I had definitely taken a break between making Born Entertain. I don't know exactly how long that break was. It was at least 6 months to a year. And I kind of came back and all my friends were gone and they wondered what happened. But I finally, maxed Cellbot. And this time on Entertaining Blue Dog, the really noteworthy thing was not anything that I did after maxing other than I just loved doing the VP even after maxing. And I just worked my SOS cards really hard and really enjoyed working them. I would just shop. I was involved in this shopping clan with a guy named Sparky Boo. We ran it together. I would just shop all day, every day. I got like 40 of each SOS card, which was pretty impressive at the time because I'm pretty sure for at least part of that, you only got one card per VP. And it was just me playing the game constantly, doing those VPs all the time. And that was what I did. Like, that was just what I was involved in doing. And I just got really into the game. I really enjoyed playing the game. And then, again, I decided to max the CFO on Entertaining Blue Dog. And I also did that as an Uber. Like, I was like 71 laugh. And I recorded a lot of that shit as well. I uploaded a solo CFO to a different channel. That one's actually still up. It's on a channel called Toontown Solo Videos. And so that one's actually still up. I don't know exactly what date it is. I think it's 2011. We're talking about the 2011 era, but again, Entertaining Blue Dog became a pretty big hit because I did a solo CFO and I did a solo CJ in the I think it was like January 2012 on that tune. It was a huge mess, but again, I just made a bunch of solo content. At this point, I had solos of all the bosses up on YouTube, and it was looking pretty good. Like, it looked like I could really make a following again. But you know what I did? Instead of taking that following, I ran away again, and I ran away for 6 more months. And here's where it gets interesting. All this stuff was basically the era of, just me talking by myself, right? I never used commentary in any of my videos before this. It was just me soloing stuff, and that was pretty much all I ever did. But things changed a lot that summer. This summer is where I became super involved in the online community. I would spend 10 to 12 hours talking to my online friends out of nowhere. Like, what happened was I got a Skype, and I added some friends from YouTube on there. I was always friends with Malo45. Chris was my first contact. And then through YouTube, actually, because Chris Grimm or DJYC21215, he watched my videos, and he, I guess, liked what he saw, and he also was mutually friends with Malo45, so he added me, and we had a lot of fun conversations and got to know each other pretty well. We made a lot of videos together and we talked a lot. What other groups were there? I mean, I talked a little bit to other YouTubers at the time, but those were probably the biggest ones I talked to in that era. But also talked a lot to some of my friends, like Cole I would talk to a ton. June, Roxy's Joyful Uber, that summer we talked a lot. And that was pretty much like the summer community. It was just me talking to my friends all the time, working my Lawbot suit. This is when the District Reset started too, but I actually started making commentary videos because all my friends, right, were the ranters. Like, all my friends were into these videos of making rants, and they encouraged me to do the same because they knew I had knowledge, and I mean, I was not comfortable making these kind of videos, but I opened myself into the complete world of actually exposing yourself, because when you make ranting videos, you're exposing yourself in a way that is much different than if you're just making gameplay videos, because suddenly you're using opinions, you're actually putting yourself a little bit more on the line, and it's more exciting, but it's also a little bit more scary. And here's where a lot of things changed. I got involved in some pretty heavy online drama. Not that summer, honestly, that summer was really great. It was just playing the game, making fun videos, it was really great, but things kind of started to change. I played the game all the way through that summer, and then at the end, I actually ended up getting a temporary ban on my Toontown account. On my Toon Entertaining Blue Dog, who was maxed in like 3 of the bosses at this point. I'd never done anything, against the rules, but essentially some of the people I kept company with had been, hacking and greening and all of that. They were kind of notorious. I'm not going to get into that shit because it's so old, but let's just say I had some mutual acquaintances, and I guess they wanted to scare me. So Disney just kind of gave me a temp ban because they wanted, I guess, to set me straight or something. But instead of setting me straight, pretty much what ended up happening was I freaked out, and this really spiraled me down a path of drama and just this is where the mistakes really started to happen. I started hacking. I changed my DNA a bunch to try to I made a bunch of like weird spin-off YouTube channels. I started hacking. I started, getting a bigger ego, making a lot of videos that were just based around drama, making videos where I showed my face. Like really, I definitely think I made a lot of mistakes in this era because I was still pretty young. I was like a freshman in high school, and so this is really where stuff got kind of bad. I actually didn't have as big of a following as some of my other times when I made solo videos, but this was a more dedicated following because they're my ranter following. I had something like 1,500 subscribers at my peak. I had two channels. My first channel I made was just Spoonful of Pasta with two L's, if you guys didn't know. And that channel was pretty successful and great. Most of my content on this channel was actually pretty good, like it wasn't filler, but I ended up deleting the channel, making a new one because my AdSense got disabled and I wanted to make money. And so I basically just lied and made up some lie. But really, I just made the second channel because my AdSense got disabled. Pretty much everybody from that era. I don't think it's pretty old, so I don't think anyone cares. But if anyone ever said they got a copyright strike, they were probably lying, and they probably just made a second channel because their AdSense got disabled. But yeah. So what ended up happening there was made my second channel, and here's where at this point I had hacked a bunch. I basically hacked through BossBot with a group. I was talking about hacks in videos. It was really like cringy, and I was starting to get involved in drama. I wasn't on great terms with everybody just because I was a little bit young, and really at this point, my videos kind of devolved into very drama-y. There were still some quality videos I made, but a lot of them were pretty drama-y, and I felt almost like the celebrity status got to my head a little bit, and it fucked me up. It's kind of an uncomfortable feeling because I'm not someone who likes to have a lot of attention on myself, especially not in person. When I went on the game, tons of people recognized me, and I really just kind of had a bad image, I feel like, and I wasn't being true to myself and being a very good person, and that kind of messed me up. But the biggest thing happened where, let's just say that because I was making all these mistakes, right, I was being a dumb kid, I was showing off that I wasn't getting permabanned, for hacking. I would like get my account back. I was showing off. I was trying to go for the attention and the drama, and I wanted a ton of attention and drama around me because I just wanted to be successful and famous, right? Because I was a little kid, and well, not really a little kid. I was a freshman in high school, and I let all that go to my head. And let's just say I'm not going to get into any of the details because this is super old news, but that culminated in a lot of bad things happening in like my personal life. Like the trolls on the internet destroyed me. They devoured me, ate me up. It's very easy if you're gonna start a lot of drama and be a little shit, and you're gonna leave yourself open and exposed like that. It just destroys you and it eats you up. I'm not even gonna get into the details. Let's just say that my home internet was crashed by trolls. Things were delivered to my house by trolls that we were expected to pay for. My family was, but our home phone lines were completely like destroyed by trolls calling all the time. I mean, it was just a huge disaster, and it was the most harassment I'd ever had in my life, and it was really overwhelming to me at the time. It really kind of messed me up. I'm on actually really good terms with almost everyone who was involved in that, is what's really funny, and I definitely don't want to start any of that up. I'm not going to name any names. No way. None of you guys really know who it was, and it wasn't anybody famous. There's no way you guys would ever guess who it was, and it doesn't matter anyway. That's not the point of this video whatsoever. But so if anyone's watching who was ever involved in that, I definitely don't want to ever start anything up with that again. It was just, we were all young and stupid. I'm just trying to tell my story here. I'll never call any of you out by name, and I definitely don't want to make anyone uncomfortable because you know what? I was young and stupid. You guys were young and stupid. It's okay. Nothing bad happened, but it's just kind of it's part of my story. That's the only reason I'm putting it in here, is that I got baited by trolls. That wasn't good. Some people weren't the nicest to me. That wasn't good. I just got overwhelmed, and because I couldn't take the pressure of that YouTube, I ended up finally quitting my channel for good. I deleted my channel. I kind of was like a boom and bust, I guess you could say. All those things I liked about YouTube, just the fun of making videos and just the enjoyment of really feeling connected to a group of people, and just the low drama and the happiness, all that just died in like the last 6 months of YouTube, especially because I made my second channel, because Spoonful of Pasta with two L's was like summer of 2012 to winter of 2012, that was a really, really nice era, and that was almost my glory days on the game and on YouTube. I really loved that time of my life. That was probably the best time of my life in general. I just felt so connected with people that I met on the internet then. It was really great. But the second half, which would be winter to summer of... Wait, am I talking... Is it... I think it... Oh, shoot. I think I'm getting my dates mixed up, but let's just say it happened winter to summer of 2013. It doesn't actually really matter. Like, we'll just say it happened the winter to summer of the next period, which was actually 2012. So all the times I've been saying the dates wrong, but you know what? It's okay. It doesn't actually matter. That's annoying, but essentially you just know what happens later chronologically. That's all that really matters because all the videos are obviously dated anyway. But so what I was saying was that second half was super drama filled. I was hacking the whole way through. I was starting drama. I was involved in a lot of drama. My videos were shit. It was like a soap opera, and then eventually I just got overwhelmed by trolls and freaked out and got really scared, and I just deleted my channel for good. And I since that time period, which was 2012 summer, actually I think my channel might have made it one more year. Sorry, that's right. My channel made it one more year because I made it into my sophomore year, because I made it through my entire freshman year, so I understand now. I was actually right originally. So 2012 to 2013. I'm sorry, this timeline's probably really confusing. Hopefully it makes sense, but let's just leave it at the idea that my first channel was Spoonful of Pasta with 2 L's. That was the better one. The second one was the super drama one, and then what ended up happening was everything just went to shit. I don't even know exactly what happened, but it was just a really bad time in my life. I had some people that I knew personally, let's just say, like in my family, had some like sickness. It was really bad. I got really depressed, I guess, and it was just a bad time. But I just decided to run away, essentially. I'd ran away a few times because of, like, personal drama or something before, like, we all had, like I said, there was a ton of personal drama, so I'd taken like small breaks, but this was the one that really stuck and mattered, and once I did that, I never came back to YouTube. I took it's been like 4 years since I made YouTube videos, and I just wanted to make a different identity for myself. I wasn't proud of the way I carried myself or acted back then, and I also was a little bit scared of the trolls that kind of devoured me last time. So, here, let's get to the interesting part, what I've learned from my experience. So there's actually not been a lot of reflection. This was mostly just a chronology, and I want to make it a reflection. So, what I actually learned from all this experience was that, oh my god, fine. All these guys are being so dumb. I actually wanted to heal, because, he's at 40 health. Don't want him to die. His sidetrack, but whatever. All he had to do was cloud that a whatever. So, yeah. But, so, what I learned from all this is you have to be really careful with your online persona and with your persona in general. It's very easy to get taken advantage of when you let criticism get to your head. And okay, this is just gonna be a disaster. We need to heal him. Okay. I don't know what he's doing, but it's kind of a weird scene, actually. Sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked, but the biggest things I learned was to guard myself a little bit, make sure I don't leave myself vulnerable. I don't want to be involved in a lot of drama. Like, I'm very careful to not call out specific people with any kind of controversial video I make, because I don't want the drama. If somebody comes at me and responds, I'll respond maturely. I'm not going to start drama because it's just not fun. It's not worth it. It makes me feel really bad. I feel guilty when I'm part of that. And I was a little kid when I did that, but that's just not what I want to do. And I've learned a lot as a person to just grow thicker skin and be a little bit more cautious about those around me. And if any of you are ever making a YouTube channel or you ever have an online presence, please be very careful to properly guard yourself, because if you don't, bad things can happen. I've learned that. And if you're getting messed with or bad things are happening, okay, this is a really weird CMO. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say to this. but I don't know. Usually the groups at late night are a bit more serious. Anyhow, back to the main point, which is just that I am very glad to get a fresh start. The videos are not going to be dramatic at all. I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I don't want to be involved in drama. I just want to make my content, and hopefully you guys like it. If you don't, that's fine, but I'm not going to get baited into stuff. If a bunch of trolls come through and dislike my videos, I'm not going to give a shit. If a bunch of trolls start doing shit to me in person, well, first of all, they can't, because I'm going to college and I'm going to be on a public Wi-Fi, so, I mean, like, basically they're going to have no way to specifically target me on a connection, so that's a good thing if you ask me, but, we need to squirt, or the bunny's actually going to go sad here. But, really, YouTube has been a huge part of... I think the bunny just greened himself. Wait, this could be really interesting content. If the bunny just greened himself. I'm interested now. But, really, my whole point about all this is that YouTube has been integral to my life. It's been a huge part of everything, you know, my growing and aging process. And I'm very glad that it's been a part of my life. It's been kind of up and down for me. I've met some of my best friends and made some of my worst mistakes and had some of my worst feelings on YouTube. All that's happened. Bunny might have greened himself. He's not dead, actually. He's alive. But, so yeah, the reason I'm making these videos is because I like making videos. I have a lot of good memories making videos. And it's really an enjoyable thing, but I don't want the drama that comes with making YouTube to happen again. I don't want to be taken advantage of again. Like that's just not fun. Nobody likes getting taken advantage of. So I'll be going out of my way to protect myself in some ways, I guess you could say. I'm not going to expose myself. I might not do another face reveal on this channel. And I'm just going to, I guess, be a little bit more logical and methodical with my video approach so it doesn't happen again. So if you guys are ever wondering why maybe I'm not as intense about certain things as I could be, that's probably the reason why, because I just want to have fun and make my videos, and that's it. That's really it. I just want to have a good time. I enjoy making content, getting feedback from you guys. So this has probably become a really long video, and I apologize for that. If anyone's actually made it through the whole thing, I'm very impressed with you. Congratulations. If you've made it through the whole video and you haven't skipped anything, and please don't lie to me, please don't lie to me, I want you to comment saying "Hi, Mom" in the comments, because I will actually be impressed if anybody's made it through the entire video. I don't have that many viewers anyway, but I'm just wondering, like, if anybody actually watched the whole thing and is not lying. Before you make that comment, you better go watch the whole thing if you want to make that comment, because otherwise I won't love you. Remember, I have omniscient powers. I can tell when you're lying to me. But I'm just kidding. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I know that ended up being kind of long, but I just kind of wanted to chronicle my previous YouTube experiences for everyone, just in case they didn't know, in case anyone was wondering kind of the direction I was going in now and how I felt. And but I'm very glad to have a fresh start. I'm having a lot of fun with this channel. I think I said this in a few comments, but uploads will be daily until I go away to college, and then they're going to be once a week. So, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you want to. Let me know if you want to see more of, like, these kind of, like, almost free-reigning, low-edited videos where I'm just kind of rambling on about shit that are probably poorly paced. Like, I try to pace a lot of my videos to be, you know, more pithy and easy to digest and watch, but I want to have a few super long discussion videos just in case people actually want to watch that. So I'll try to mix it up. If you don't like the super long videos, you won't have to do this. And so, thanks for watching, guys. I really need to stop this time. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Oh yeah, one very quick important thing I forgot to mention, because I was just kind of going through the big names, right? Actually, most of the names I focus on are the ones that I no longer talk to, just because, you know, when you're reminiscing back, it's a lot easier to remember the names that you no longer talk to than the ones, you know, that are still your friends. But, during this time on YouTube, I made 3 really good friends that I talked to endless amounts of time and got really close to. And I actually still talk to all of them, and many of them are still even in the TTR community, and they're actually all in my sub box, so Those are my friends Alex, Tom, and Landon. They're all in my sub box, and if you want to check any of them out, please subscribe to their channels. They definitely make content a bit different than mine. I won't spoil anything. They definitely have a bit of a different temperament than me as well. But they're funny guys, and they're good people. And I just wanted to give all of them a shout out because they've been my friends for years. Even after Two Time Goals, we played other games together, and it was really cool to see them stick together. It was really cool to see us stick together. So just a quick shout out and thank you because I forgot to mention all of you in the current video, and that's all. Once again, bye YouTube, and I'm sorry for this horror of a rant.